Good morning, grade 1.
Good morning.
Today is your math review for semester 3, weeks 4 and 5. If you want to find this worksheet or the video, where can you go?
www.ischooli.com.
That's right, everything you need can be found there. Let's begin. So the topics covered the last 2 weeks. We had the numbers up to 69, chapter 9, lesson 1 in your math net volume 2 books. We recognized the tens and ones of the numbers up to 69. We also took order, so we recognized the order of numbers. Okay. So here's our lovely class, grade 1A. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you see this number here on the board? How many tens and how many ones do we have? Who wants to tell me how many tens we have in the number 16? Let's get Tiam. 110. And how many ones? Sen? 6 ones. So if I have 110 and 6 ones, what's my number? 16. That's right. Let's look at this number. A lot larger. Zahra Shaheen. How many tens do I have? 6. And how many ones do I have? Majid? 8. So my number is 68. And that's how it looks like using those green blocks, okay? So what is another way we can say this? If I have here 24 ones, who can tell me another way that I can say 24 ones? You think it's easy for me to sit there and count all of these ones? One by one by one?
No.
Who can tell me another way to say it? Ali? I can put what?
Tens.
Yeah, I can change the ones to tens. So if I change these ones here to tens, and I have 24 ones, what's another way I can do this? Tiam?
Do not count it, but count how many tens you have. Then you will know the answer.
All right, so how many tens do I have if I have 24?
3.
Mehsen? 2 tens, right? And how many ones do I have, Zahra Sabra? 4 ones, right? So do you think that if I had this picture here, it would be easier for me to count instead of 24 separate ones, one by one by one?
Yes.
Yes, it'll be a lot easier because I know that this here is 10. Every time I see these, that means 10. And every time I see these, that means 1. Part A, tens and ones. We have to write how many. So I have my double digit right here, and I need to separate it by tens and ones. So let's get some volunteers. Fine. Lana was standing just because she's looking at me all funny. Okay, so you have to separate the tens and ones here. Number 1. So you have how many tens? How many tens do you have?
26.
No, your whole number is 26. You have 2 tens and 6 ones. Let's get Miss Tira Shrash. How many tens do you have? It's right there. 3. And how many ones?
1.
Yeah. Let's get Ali. What's happening? Can you do number 3? That's right. How many tens?
20.
What? 2 tens. And how many ones?
3.
3. Excellent. Everyone, it's still the first period. Everyone's still asleep. Let's wake up. Tiam, are you awake?
Yep.
All right. How many tens do you have there? How many tens do you have here?
1.
And how many ones?
3.
3. Good job. Tens and ones word problems. Okay, so I want someone to read this for me. Zahra Shaheen.
Jen has 3 boxes. They
Who knows this word?
Each.
Each.
have 10 pencils inside. How many pencils are
What's this word, guys?
there?
Great job. So if she has 3 boxes and we have 10 pencils in one, 10 pencils in another, and 10 pencils in the last one, how many pencils does she have? Mario, go for it. How many pencils? 30 pencils, that's right. If I were to separate this by tens, how many tens does she have?
3.
3 tens, that's right. So she has 3 tens or 31s, right? Okay. Julia, please read.
There are 9 bags. Inside each bag is 10 apples. How many apples are there?
Okay. So if I have 9 bags this time and I have 10 apples in each, how many apples do I have altogether, Brahim? 90 apples, right? So if I separate that by tens, how many tens do I have?
9.
I have 9 tens, right? Do I have any ones?
No.
Do I have any extra pieces of apples? No, I don't. I just have 90 apples. So let's continue. So our next problem, Rasha, please read.
Mary has 60 balls. She puts 10 in each basket. How many baskets does she have?
Okay, so I have, or Mary, actually, I don't have 60 balls. Mary has 60 balls, right? And she needs to separate them by 10 in each basket. How many baskets does she need? Mahdi, she needs 10 baskets. Let's look again. Majid, she needs 6 baskets. I know this just by looking at the first number, which is my 10. My tens place, all right? So Mary needs 6 baskets in order to separate each of her tens, okay? So, number 1, let's get someone to read this. Zahrat Sabra.
Is thinking of a number. It has 5, 10, and 41. What number is it?
Excellent. So, who knows what the number is? Brahim.
54.
54. That's right. Number 2. Ali, please read.
Greg is thinking of a number. It has 6, 10, and 4. What number is it?
What's the number? Hussein.
16.
16 or 60? 60, okay? Good job. So now I'm going to get some of my little volunteers, but you have to promise me that you're awake. Are you guys awake? Yeah, okay. So let me get Hussein Iftune. Can you please count and write how many tens and ones you have?
10.
Mm-hmm. So your number's what?
22.
Awesome. Good job. Let's get someone else. Bright and cheery this morning. Brahim. Let's go ahead and do number 2. So your number's what? What's the number?
50.
50. That's right. Let me get... Who's Zahra Sabra? Here you go, madam. Can you do number 3? How many ones do you have? And your number is?
46.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a little hard to write on this. Good job. Let's go to your neighbor. Can you do number 4 for me? And your number is 34, kinda. 34. Good job. So now we're moving on to order. This should be very simple. Complete the table. A trick that I can do is just look at the number that is before the blank space, and I know what number comes after 5? 6. Again, instead of counting every single number, just look at the number before the space. So my next number is 12. What about here?
18.
What about here?
24.
24. Okay. 30. 36.
48.
I'm getting very 66. Okay. Did we forget any? No, we got them all. Write the missing number. It's the same concept. After 63 is
64.
pay attention to the next one. After 56 is, so should I put anything here? No, because it's already in order. 11, 12, 34, 68, 9.
10.
So go ahead. Oh, that looks like a 6. Okay, so go ahead and give yourselves a big clap. Good job, grade 1A.